Hello and welcome back to our channel. Today we have an interesting issue that has raised the worldwide community's interest. Prepare to be surprised as we plunge into the surprising turn of events surrounding China's billion-dollar mega projects that break all record. China is investing trillions of dollars to build massive infrastructure projects in the world to break records. Let's embark on this interesting journey together as we uncover the amazing story of how, where, and when China built these billion-dollar mega projects. We will discover the fascinating considerations that inspire these major projects as we dig into the fascinating world of the makers. What is it about China building billion-dollar mega projects? Join us as we examine and know if there is more to the story than joining us on this journey. Stay tuned to discover the reality behind this. From underwater railway tunnels to diverting water from rivers, China has a host of mega infrastructure projects in planning or under construction. Beijing has traditionally used infrastructure spending to prop up the economy, but critics say credit-fueled investment could lead to unsustainable debt. To combat China's rapidly declining economic development, the Chinese government has reverted to an old strategic playbook, investing money on massive infrastructure projects. Let the countdown begin. 1. JOHNDROE East Railway Station. China has made enormous expenditures in its high-speed rail network. The JOHNDROE Eastern Railway Station, located in the city of Jian, expansion in Henan Province, has been one of the key hubs in recent decades. The total project cost is estimated to be $5.002 billion, with a cost per kilometer of $1.7 million. It's one of the largest Asians, and the contrary spanning an area of more than 3.2 million square feet, or 300,000 square meters, and is a particularly significant stop in the Beijing to go on exhibition and how to launch on high-speed railway lines in Hull. It originally opened in 2012. It includes 14 platforms and 26 passenger tracks, all surrounded by giant glass and steel superstructure and cutting-edge facilities that'll make you feel like you've stepped into the future, with the stations costing around $28 billion to build. It is outfitted with modern technology such as high-speed, 5 intelligent lighting, and automatic ticket vending machines, all of which provide a smooth and convenient experience for the millions of travelers that pass through here each year. Even the buildings are planned with passenger flow in mind, with a center hall and arrival area on the lower floor and departure portions on the flanks, guaranteeing that each passenger, whether coming or going, walks in the same direction. It's a well-designed modern station that gives you the impression you're traveling on a transportation network fit for the 21st century the moment you step inside. 2. Shanghai Urban Rail Transit Expansion. Shanghai Rail Transit encompasses all rail transit lines in operation in Shanghai, which are primarily a high-volume railway system, a low to medium-volume railway system, and a maglev system. The Shanghai Metro Line 1 opened in May 28, 1993, establishing the system. China has authorized urban rail projects totaling 298.35 billion yuan or $43.3 billion for Shanghai. The Shanghai Urban Rail Transport expansion comprises the building of 9 rail projects, including 6 metro lines and 3 intercity trains. The projects, which began in 2018, are expected to cover a total of 286 kilometers. The network's goal is to improve connectivity between the financial hubs, 2 airports, and 2 main railway terminals. They're scheduled to be finished by 2023. 3. Shanghai's Lingang New City. Nanhui New City is a planned city in Shanghai, China's Pudong New Area. Lingang New City was the previous name until April 2012 when it was renamed. The German design firm Gherkin, March & Partners is managing the project, which began in 2003 and is planned to be finished in 2020. It is expected that the project will cost $4.5 billion. The city aims to host 450,000 to 800,000 citizens while drawing 10 million tourists each year. Nanhui New City is a proposed city in Shanghai's Pudong New Area. Lingang New City was renamed in April 2012. Construction began in 2003 and is expected to be finished in 2020, with the goal of attracting 450,000 inhabitants and 10 million tourists yearly by 2020. Although real estate developments sold swiftly, residents have been hesitant to move in. 8 university campuses have been established on the west side of Nanhui New Area to help revitalize the area, bringing in over 100,000 students. 4. Beijing Airport, China. Beijing Daxing International Airport, or PKX, is one of 2 international airports that serve Beijing. It lies 32 kilometers or 20 miles northeast of Beijing city center in a Chaoyang district exclave, and it surrounds in suburban Shunyi district. Beijing Capital International Airport Company Limited, a state-owned enterprise, owns and operates the airport. The airport's IATA code, PK, is derived from the city's previous Romanized name, Peking. The airport alone cost $17 billion, with additional constructions on the outskirts costing $46.2 billion for a total cost of $63 billion. Beijing International Airport will ultimately outperform Dubai's Al Maktoum International Airport in terms of cost, total square miles, and passenger and jet capacity. The airport's first phase was finished in time for the 2008 Olympics. Additional expansion is expected to be completed by 2025. Terminal 1, built by Zaha Hadid, includes a variety of sustainable design elements in a future architectural shell. In the last decade, Beijing Capital has swiftly risen in the ranks of the world's busiest airports. By 2009, it has become the busiest airport in Asia in terms of passenger volume and total traffic movements. Between 2010 and 2021, it was the world's second busiest airport by passenger traffic. In 2012, the airport had 557,167 aircraft movements, takeoffs and landings, placing it sixth in the world. Beijing Airport has also experienced substantial expansion in freight traffic. By 2012, the airport has risen to the 13th busiest in the world in terms of cargo traffic, with 1,787,027 tons handled. 5. CHINCHAN Nuclear Power Station. China's unprecedented expansion over the previous 3 decades has resulted in skyrocketing electricity consumption, despite the country's reliance on fossil fuels. Alternatives have also received substantial investment, with a $3.3 billion starting cost. In 1990, the first locally developed nuclear power station situated in Zhejiang Province was inaugurated. Since then, the nuclear power plant has grown to encompass numerous units that use a variety of reactor designs, including pressurized water, heavy water reactors, and advanced pressurized water reactors. The range of reactor designs indicates the versatility and adaptability of China's nuclear power sector, although recreating what it currently produces would cost many times the initial budget. The facility already spans more than 4 square miles, or 10.2 square kilometers, and will have a total installed capacity of 400 megawatts. This contributes a significant amount of power to the system. The goal is to eventually continue modernizing this power plant while also learning from a series of new ones that will be built around the country to meet China's energy demands into the second part of the century. It is intended that this would reduce the country's reliance on carbon-emitting alternatives and act as a fundamental pillar of the country's energy strategy to combat climate change. 6. Wuhan Urban Rail Transit. Wuhan Metro is a rapid transport system that serves the city of Wuhan in the Chinese province of Hubei. Wuhan Metro Group Company Limited owns and operates the network, which today has 11 lines, 291 stations, and a route length of 460 kilometers. Wuhan Metro is the 6th busiest rapid transport system in mainland China, with 1.22 billion annual passengers in 2019. Several lines or parts are under construction. Wuhan City's administration assured residents that at least 2 lines or sections would open each year. The preliminary investment plan is $261.58 billion, which equates to an annual average of $52.32 billion. Wuhan Urban Rail Transit entails the building of 4 metro lines and 4 urban express lines in the central Chinese city of Wuhan. According to the NDRC, the initiatives would help Wuhan's urban planning and alleviate traffic congestion. The investment proposal, which would cost $8.66 billion in total, includes a circular route with 37 stations beginning at Wuchang Railway Station. The construction will last from 2019 until 2024. 7. Jiangsu Province's intercity railway runs beside the Yangtze River. The Jiangsu-Yangtze Metropolitan Belt Intercity Railway System is a network of 8 regional railways that encircle the southern regions of Jiangsu Province, China. It is a proposal for the progressive deployment of a regional rail system throughout the region. Nanjing, Zhenjiang, Shangzhou, Wuxi, Suzhou, Yangshuo, Taozhou, and Nantong are all part of the system, which aspires to create a comfortable, rapid, safe, and efficient intercity rail transit network. This project will cost $34.35 billion. 8 regional intercity railroads will be developed in a metropolitan cluster along the Yangtze River in Jiangsu Province, reducing travel time from Nanjing, the province's capital city, to other districts and cities within the province. Some of the lines will also link Nanjing to communities in Anhui Province. The intercity lines are expected to be built through 2025. 8. South-North Water Transfer Project, China. The South-North Water Transfer Project, commonly known as the South-to-North Water Diversion Project, is a multi-decade infrastructural mega-project in China. It eventually hopes to transfer 44.8 billion cubic meters of fresh water per year from the Yangtze River in southern China to the more dry and industrialized north via 3 canal systems. The eastern route through the course of the Grand Canal, the central route from the upper reaches of Han River, a tributary of Yangtze River via the Grand Aqueduct to Beijing and Tianjin. The western route, which goes from 3 tributaries of Yangtze River near the Bayankala Mountain to provinces like Qinghai, Gansu, Shanxi, Shanxi, Inner Mongolia, and Ningxia. The north of China is home to about half of China's population, yet only contains roughly 20% of the country's water resources. The total cost of the project is anticipated to be $62 billion, more than double the cost of China's contentious Three Gorges Dam. To address this imbalance, China has sponsored the construction of 3 massive canals, each more than 600 miles long, that would transport water from the north from China's 3 major rivers. The project will take 48 years to complete. When finished, it'll provide 44.8 billion cubic meters of water. 9. Guangzhou International Airport. Guangzhou bought Guangzhou International Airport in 2004. China has one of the world's busiest airports, handling both passenger and freight flights. It initially cost an estimated $3.7 billion to build and has since undergone many expansions. It can accommodate 80 million people and 2.5 million tons of freight each year in principle, but owing to recent challenges in the airline sector and international transportation, it has yet to attain those proportions. Despite this, it is the busiest airport in China and many other countries, with just a few airports in China and the United States handling higher numbers. It's divided into 2 main terminals, the second of which only opened recently in 2019 and on its own has 8.7 million square feet, or almost 800,000 square meters of floor space. Countless different airlines operate through the airport with more than 100 destinations. The next phase of expansion has already been approved, and within a few years, it's expected to have 3 terminals, 5 runways, a satellite concourse, and a high-speed rail station. This will raise its capacity to 775 aircraft movements per year, equating to 120 million passengers and 38 million tons of freight. 10. Intercity Rail Network in Eastern Guangdong. The Eastern Guangdong Province Intercity Rail Network will improve connectivity between the cities of Shantou, Shanwei, Zhaozhou, and Zhejiang. Construction of 3 rail lines totaling 320 kilometers began in 2018, with work on 4 more totaling 140 kilometers beginning at the right time, according to NDRC. It costs 120 to 130 million yuan to extend the high-speed rail 1 kilometer, he says. This implies that expanding the network by 8,000 kilometers by 2025 would necessitate a 1 trillion yuan expenditure. A target of 2.69 billion passengers has been set for 2023 in terms of overall passenger traffic. From 2019 to 2024, CHINCHAN will have 7 urban rail transit lines built, including the expansion of 3 current lines and the construction of 4 new lines. Alibaba Shanghai campus tech businesses don't flourish by treading water. But how can architectural firms develop places that function for teams now and in the future? Skidmore, Owings & Merrill's answer is to increase flexibility so that the space can change as the firm and the world of work advances. When it came time to extend the Shanghai office of Chinese e-commerce giant Alibaba, the US studio intended to conjure a cloud, a subtle homage to Alibaba's cloud computing services in the shifting skies of innovation in the technology sector. The July designs show a characteristic, long-span modular architecture mixed with a column-free interior, allowing for both large rooms and contained workstations that may be modified with no effort. A large central courtyard, tiered terraces, rooftop gardens, and collaboration bridges are designed to promote employee contact while dissolving the traditional boundaries of where work is done. Design partner Scott Duncan says the studio put the tech company's goal front and center as it laid out the 75,000 square meter or 807,293 square foot space. The only constant is change is one of Alibaba's guiding principles, and we took this ethos to heart. 11. The Great Wall of China. The Great Wall of China is a network of fortifications erected across the historical northern frontiers of ancient Chinese kingdoms in imperial China to guard against nomadic nomads from the Eurasian steppe. Several walls were erected as early as the 7th century BC, with chosen lengths being joined by Qin Shi Huang in 220 to 206 BC, China's first emperor. Little of the Qin Wall has survived. Later, several consecutive kingdoms constructed and maintained numerous lengths of boundary walls. The Ming Dynasty in 3068 to 1644 constructed the most well-known parts of the wall. The Great Wall of China is one of the greatest building projects ever done, and it also happens to be the longest. The construction of the Great Wall began in 400 BC and was completed around 1600 AD. That's 2,000 years. Throughout Chinese history, construction began, paused and restarted as dynasties emerged and fell. The Great Wall was a military barricade against northern tribes at times and a mostly neglected relic at others. However, its 13,000 kilometers have come to be considered as a symbol of China's lasting power through millennia. 12. The Burj Khalifa. The Burj Khalifa, formerly known as the Burj Dubai, is a skyscraper in Dubai, United Arab Emirates. It is the highest structure in the world. The Burj Khalifa, with a total height of 829.8 meters, or 2,722 feet, or just over half a mile, and a roof height excluding antenna, but including a 242.6 meter spire of 828 meters, or 2,717 feet, has been the tallest structure and building in the world since its completion in 2009, supplanting Taipei 101. The Burj Khalifa's construction began in 2004, with the exterior finished 5 years later in 2009. The core construction is reinforced concrete, and some of the structural steel for the building came from the old East German Parliament, the Palace of the Republic in East Berlin. The structure was completed in 2010 as part of the downtown Dubai development. The Burj Khalifa, initially designated the Burj Dubai, began construction in 2004 and was completed in 2009. The towering skyscraper is part of a large mixed-use development. At 2,716.5 feet tall and 160 floors, the Burj Khalifa broke multiple world records when it was opened. These include the tallest building in the world, the highest freestanding structure in the world, and the world's tallest service elevator. The development project was intended to diversify Dubai's worldwide footprint and provide the oil mogul country international renown. 13. Bulgari Shanghai Flagship. Could a building facade be made sustainably while also evoking the posh identity of a luxury retail brand? MVR TV believes it conquered the challenge. For the facade of Bulgari's Shanghai store, which opened in November 2021, the Dutch architecture firm created a new material made of pieces of glass from champagne and beer bottles compressed into large panels. The green slabs resemble precious jade, but their recycled glass composition represents a step toward MVR TV and Bulgari's goal of building stores within an entirely circular economy. As the architecture firm noted, given the right treatment and detailing, leftover champagne and beer bottles, which would otherwise be thrown away, become a jewel for the city. 14. LVZHUJIANG Bridge. The LVZHUJIANG Bridge, China's longest and maybe most magnificent single-tower suspension bridge, spans a secluded canyon in central Yunnan province. The distance from tower to mountain anchorage is 780 meters, breaking the previous single-tower record of 766 meters held by the Xinjiang Chinese Highway Bridge. The LVZHUJIANG Bridge features a sleek steel box deck comparable to the Longjiang and Pulley bridges in Yunnan province. The LVZHUJIANG Bridge is the tallest and biggest bridge of the Yuxi-Shuxiang Highway. The LVZHUJIANG Bridge, led by China Railway Group Limited, redefines what it means to be a suspension bridge with a record-breaking feat of engineering that joins two sides of a steep canyon. The ultimate product is stunning, a bridge that appears to levitate on its own at one end. But it's more than simply lovely architecture. The 3-year initiative reduces a 90-minute automobile ride to 2 minutes, perhaps attracting visitors to Yunnan province and improving the local economy. 15. TAIHU Underwater Tunnel. The Yangtze River Delta area is home to approximately 1/6 of China's population and 1/4 of the country's GDP. However, restricted commute alternatives and extensive travel durations between towns have traditionally hindered local businesses' ability to recruit and retain talent. The China TAIHU Civil Engineering Group and Third Harbor Engineering collaborated on a project to develop TAIHU Tunnel, a two-way, 6-lane expressway that is China's longest and largest route beneath the lake. 16. Chapel of Sound. The Chapel of Sound, located in the shadows of the Great Wall remnants in China's Shanghai province, is an engineering and acoustic marvel that is equally striking when the open-air performance hall is empty as when it's packed with music. The project, commissioned by Aranya and created by Beijing's Open Architecture, is part of the local government's efforts to lure tourists to the isolated area. Construction began in April 2018, and the project is expected to be finished in October 2021, providing guests with a one-of-a-kind experience come rain or shine. 17. Revolving wing drone. Have you ever seen a maple seed pod fall from a tree? It stays aloft for far longer than if dropped directly to the ground because it spins like a helicopter rotor. Nature's elegant engineering was the inspiration for City University of Hong Kong project to design a more efficient and versatile two-blade drone, one that can fly for nearly twice as long as a traditional 4-rotor version, whose quartet of power-supplying motors suck up battery power and thus limit flight duration. The reinvented drone, which flew for the first time in May, weighs around 35 grams or 1.2 ounces and rotates at approximately 200 revolutions per minute. It can hover for an amazing 24 minutes with its little battery humming. The drone's architecture also allows it to record video from all directions at the same time, and its creators envisage it as a formidable tool for environmental study and urban planning. 18. Shanghai Astronomy Museum. The Shanghai Astronomy Museum is a planetarium in Shanghai's Lingang New City, Pudong New area, which debuted in 2021. Its dome is 38,000 square meters in size. In terms of building size, it is the world's largest planetarium. Enid Architects of New York City created the planetarium, which serves as an educational and recreational venue for guests. It is housed within the Shanghai Science and Technology Museum. The sheer magnitude and scope of the universe evokes awe, and the Shanghai Astronomy Museum is no exception. It opened in July 2021 after more than 7 years of planning and building, establishing itself as the world's largest museum devoted to the subject. The massive 39,019 square meter or 420,000 square foot ode to space exploration and the vast wonders of the universe was designed by Chinese firm Enid and includes dozens of immersive exhibits. Visitors can walk around a black hole, tour the cosmos within a suspended planetarium, stand before a huge and fiery red model of the sun, and peer through a 23.8-meter-tall solar telescope. The museum was also created with nearly no straight angles, evoking the heavenly elegance of a sundial. 19. Wudongda Hydropower Station. At 240 meters or 787 feet, the design is one of the highest in the world, and it'll produce electricity by employing 12 turbines, each having an 850 megawatt producing capacity, for a total generating capacity of 10,200 megawatts. Construction began in 2015, with the first generator anticipated to be operational in 2018, and the full project scheduled to be finished in 2021. China Three Gorges Corporation owns the power plant. When the Wudongda Hydropower Station on the Jinsha River in southwest China opened last year, it became one of the highest dams ever built. It's also the focal point of the adjacent hydropower facility, which includes 12 hydro turbine producing units capable of generating an estimated 38.9 billion kilowatt-hours per year, enough electricity to supply nearly 300,000 people's annual requirements. Despite the fact that the project took more than 7 years to complete, the impact would be enormous, helping China accomplish its goal of being carbon neutral by 2060. 20. Yangshu Dam. The Yangshu Dam is a rock-filled dam with a concrete face on the Yellow River in Shanghai County, Shanghai Province, China. Work on the dam began in 2010, and the 1,200-megawatt hydroelectric power project went online in 2016. It is upstream of the Longyangsha Dam. The huge Tibetan Plateau, dubbed the roof of the world due to its great height, will soon be home to the world's biggest edifice erected entirely without the need of human labor. The project, which began building in December 2021, seeks to create the 180-meter or 590-foot structure. Yangzhou Dam was built entirely utilizing 3D printing and autonomous AI technologies, including unmanned bulldozers, trucks, excavators, and pavers, reducing the chance of accidents and human mistake. Upper Yellow River Hydropower Development Company, State Power Investment Corporation, Gansu Electric Power Investment Group, and Shanxi Hydropower Development Company are among the project partners. The dam and its associated hydroelectric power station, located on the Yellow River, will provide power to around 100 million people in Henan Province. 21. Hangzhou Bay Bridge. HANGZHOU is a 35.7 kilometers or 22.2 miles long cable-stayed highway bridge erected at the mouth of Hangzhou Bay in China's eastern coastline area. It links the Zhejiang Province municipalities of Jiaxing and Ningbo. The bridge's construction was finished on June 14, 2007, and an opening ceremony was performed on June 26, 2007. After extensive testing and inspection, the bridge was finally opened to the public on May 1, 2008. The bridge lowered the highway travel distance between Ningbo and Shanghai from 400 kilometers or 249 miles to 180 kilometers or 112 miles, and a travel time from 4 to 2 hours. Hangzhou Bay Bridge was one of the 10 longest transoceanic bridges, measuring 35.673 kilometers or 22 miles. It is not to be confused with the outer Hangzhou Bay Bridge, a proposed project that would encircle the Bay Islands between Shanghai and Ningbo. The terminology clashes due to the lack of an official name. 22. Dam of the Three Gorges. It is a hydroelectric gravity dam that crosses the Yangtze River downstream of the Three Gorges Dam in Yiling District, Keqiang, Hubei Province, China. The Three Gorges Dam, the world's largest power station in terms of installed capacity at 22,500 megawatts, generates an average of 9,520 TWh of energy each year, depending on the quantity of precipitation in the river basin. The dam's body was finished in 2006, and the power plant was finished and completely operational by July 2012, when the last of the subterranean facility's main water turbines commenced production. The primary water turbines each have a capacity of 700 megawatts. When the capacity of the dam's 32 main turbines is combined with the 2 smaller generators with 50 megawatts each that power the plant, the Three Gorges Dam's overall electric producing capacity is 22,500 megawatts. The ship lift, the project's final significant component, was completed in December 2015. The dam was built to expand the shipping capacity of the Yangtze River in addition to generating energy. The dam decreases the possibility for flooding downstream, which has historically plagued the Yangtze Plain, by providing flood storage area. Flooding on the river killed up to 4 million people in 1931, and as a result, China views the project as a colossal social and economic success, with the creation of cutting-edge big turbines with 18 and a step toward reducing greenhouse gas emissions. However, the dam has produced certain natural changes, notably an increased danger of landslides, making the project controversial both locally and internationally. 23. The Hong Kong-Zhuhai-Macau Bridge, or HZMB. It is a 55-kilometer-long or 34-mile-long bridge tunnel system comprised of 3 cable-stayed bridges, an underwater tube, and 4 man-made islands. It is the world's longest sea crossing as well as the world's longest open-water fixed link. The HZMB connects Hong Kong, Macau, and Zhuhai, 3 significant cities in China's Pearl River Delta. It traverses the Lingang and Zhuzhou canals. The HZM bridge was built for $127 billion or $88.8 billion and was meant to endure 120 years. The main bridge's construction cost was expected to be $51.1 billion or $7.56 billion, funded by bank loans and split by the governments of mainland China, Hong Kong, and Macau. Originally scheduled to open in late 2016, the building was finished on February 6, 2018, and journalists were taken for a trip over it. The HZMB was opened to the public on October 24, 2018, following its inauguration the day before by Chinese President Xi Jinping. 24. Shanghai Tower. Shanghainese, Xinhe Cancendusa. Literally, Shanghai Center Building is a 128-story, 632-meter tall or 2,073-foot megatall skyscraper in Shanghai's Lujiazui district. It is the highest skyscraper in China and the 3rd tallest structure in the world in terms of height to architectural top. Since 2015, it has been the tallest and biggest LEED Platinum certified building in the world, It has the world's tallest observation deck within a building or structure, together with the Ping An Finance Center at 562 meters. Until 2017, it held the world's second fastest elevators with a peak speed of 20.5 meters per second or 74 kilometers per hour or 46 mph. Until the Guangzhou CTF Finance Center exceeded it with a high speed of 21 meters per second or 76 kilometers per hour or 47 mph. The tower's construction began in November 2008 and was completed on August 4, 2013. The exterior was finished in summer 2015 and the project was declared complete in September 2014. Although the building was supposed to open to the public in November 2014, the actual date of public usage has been pushed back to February 2015. The observation deck first opened to the public in July 2016, and the time from July to September 2018 was referred to as a test run or commissioning phase. The 118th-story sightseeing deck has been available to the public since April 26, 2017. 25. The Shanghai World Financial Center is a super tall skyscraper in Shanghai's Pudong neighborhood. It was designed by Kahn Pedersen Fox and built by the Mori Building Company, with structural engineering by Leslie E. Robertson Associates and principal contractors China State Construction Engineering Corps and Shanghai Construction Group General Company. It's a mixed-use skyscraper with offices, hotels, conference rooms, observation decks, and shopping malls on the ground level. The Park Hyatt Shanghai is the tower's hotel component with 174 rooms and suites on the 79th to 93rd stories, making it the world's tallest hotel at the time of completion. After the Ritz-Carlton Hong Kong, which occupies floors 102 to 118 of the International Commerce Center, it is currently the world's third highest hotel. On September 14, 2007, the tower reached 492 meters, making it the world's second highest structure upon completion, the tallest at the time being Taipei 101, the tallest building in the world by roof height solely, and the tallest in China. The SWFC opened to the public on August 28, 2008, with the observation deck following on August 30th. The viewing deck is 474 meters or 1,555 feet above ground level. The SWFC has received praise for its design, and it was elected the year's best completed skyscraper by architects in 2008. The SWFC was surpassed in height in 2013 by the nearby Shanghai Tower, which will be China's tallest skyscraper by 2023. The Shanghai World Financial Center, Shanghai Tower, and Jinmao Tower, when combined, create the world's first adjacent grouping of 3 super tall buildings. Will China continue this mind-blowing mega projects, or will eventually stop? What's your thought? Drop in the comment section. Thank you for joining us on this fascinating trip as we've successfully looked at China billion-dollar mega project. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more fascinating insights into the world of mega China projects.